starting off my week right. I am going back to my anti-inflammatory water. Don't ask me why I got away from having this. I really enjoy it, but it's time to restart, so I'm going to start with this. 1 tablespoon of the apple cider vinegar with the mother, some freshly squeezed lemon. If you don't have that, you can use the one that comes in the little bottle that you usually can get at your grocery store in the vegetable area, produce area. And I'm gonna have this as my first meal. I haven't made it yet, but I'm not gonna be able to film that part. I'm in a little bit of a rush. So yes, I will be having this. Next up is breakfast. For my lunch today, I decided to go with a salad. And my salad is 2 cups, and it's a combination of romaine lettuce, English cucumber, and raw onion, and some roasted red pepper. I have added 2 tablespoons of my homemade dressing, which is 5 calories, so it's free. I have added 10 calories worth of my croutons, the homemade, and that's free. And I have 4 ounces of combined turkey and ham, the low sodium for both. So that's for my power fuel, 120 calories. And for my small carb, I'm going to have 2 of the multi-grain Wasa crackers, which are 45 calories, 35 calories each. And yeah, so that's going to count as my small carb. Even though it's 10 calories shy, I'm okay with that. Looking forward to eating this. Next up will be dinner. For dinner tonight, I decided to go with the Nutrisystem frozen entree supreme pasta bowl. This has penne pasta layered with pizza sauce, rice cauliflower, turkey sausage, peppers, and topped with cheese. It has 270 calories. Sorry about that. Let's see. 10 grams of fat, 3 grams of saturated fat, 30 carbs, 4 grams of fiber, and 16 proteins. So this is 2 power fuels and a smart carb worth of food all together. What did I do to it? Okay, you know I could never just leave anything alone. I took a cup of the V8, which is the low sodium V8, which is 2 vegetables, and I put it into this dish and I microwaved it with all the seasonings. I seasoned it first, sprayed a little olive oil spray, and I cooked it for, I don't know, like 2 minutes. And then I put the contents of the pasta bowl dinner into here, and I covered it tightly, and I microwaved it, and then I kind of like tried to break it up and spread it around. And then I microwaved it again. And in the meantime, I was sauteing these mushrooms, which is probably more than a half a cup worth. But at this point, I'm way over on my vegetables today anyway. With the cup of the juice, and then this, and then the 2 cups of the vegetables I had for lunch, the raw. So I'm all good. So yeah, I really enjoy this pasta supreme bowl. It was good last time, and I am looking forward to it. I did season it all up with my own. I used Spice Beast pizzeria seasoning. I put some Mrs. Dash garlic and herb, my usuals. And then I did put a tablespoon of the grated gold, my Pecorino Romano, as an extra. Next up is dessert. For this morning's breakfast, I decided to go with the Pure Protein Chocolate Deluxe Bar. These are really delicious if you're a chocolate lover. And they have a little bit of crunch to them. Really, really good. So, what are these bars all about? Here we go. They have 180 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, 3.5 saturated fat, 17 carbs, 2 fibers, and 21 proteins. So this definitely is 1 power fuel and 1 smart carb. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be having anything else. I don't think so before lunch, because the shakes are very filling. For those of you who have not tried them, they're really good if you like shakes. And I really enjoy bars, so for me, these are a really good thing to have, portable, that I can Just have quick, and it gives me a lot of nutrients in a little package. Next up is lunch. For my dessert tonight, I decided to go with the Nutrisystem frozen strawberry shortcake cupcake. And here it is. I took off the wrapper, microwaved it for 15 seconds. It still is pretty frozen, but it was thawed out enough that I could slice it in half, as you can see. And then I put some of the sugar-free chocolate flavored syrup for free. And on top of that, I put 2 tablespoons of the whipped topping from Great Value, Walmart, which is 25 calories, so that's an extra. Thinking that you could also put 35 calories worth of fresh cut strawberries in the bottom of this bowl, and then you can use your chocolate syrup or put them on top of put the strawberries on top of the cupcake after you slice it. That would be delicious. I don't have any, so I didn't do that tonight. Maybe I'll do that another night. Anyway, that's going to finish my eating for the day, and I'll be with you in a sec. So I'm closing out another day of eating. I must say that today's eating went very well. I feel full. I'm looking forward to my dessert. It's in the fridge at the moment. Dinner was very filling. If you have not tried making marinara sauce with that V8, I have hacked a lot of Nutrisystem entrees with that. And it is really good. And it's a 1, 2, 3 thing. It's as you're making your entree, so you don't have to stop and make a separate sauce and have it on hand and defrost it. Or see, for me, I would have to portion it and freeze it. I could, of course, use a little can. It would be the same difference. Even if you didn't have the V8, if you don't drink V8, you could also use a small can of tomato sauce and, season it up and whatnot. Because to me, these entrees, not to say that I find many of them are just very good on their own and there's no reason to change them. I'm not changing them because they don't taste good. I think that there's a lot of room for your being creative with your food and making it more to your liking, more palatable. There's room for seasoning if you're a person like me that enjoys seasoning. And I used to really love hot, like crushed red pepper. I can't do that anymore. I would have been putting that in there tonight too. Definitely. So yeah, that was a really nice meal, and having that extra sauce in there, I think it needs it. I think it fills out the dish, especially if you're adding vegetable to that dish. You need to have, I don't know, that's just me. And believe me, that's not Italian, because in Italy, it's all about the macaroni, not about the sauce. You don't sauce the way that we do here. I just happen to be a sauce lover. You see that I put sauce on, GU sauces and all that on my foods. I just really like sauce. Anyway, I had an idea for that dish of how you could make your own at home. This was brought to me by Nikki Mack. She's a subscriber and she's also in our Facebook group quite a while ago. I did show this before, but for those of you that are new, this is Barilla brand Protein Plus macaroni. These are the penne. I love penne. I don't know if they come in spaghetti because I wasn't looking for it. If I'm out there, I'm out there, but if I remember when I'm out, I'll check it out for you. But I got these at Walmart. One serving is 2 ounces raw, obviously. And the calories are 190. And you have 38 carbs. You only have a gram of fat, no saturated fat. You have 38 carbs, 5 fibers, and 10 proteins per serving. So this could be looked upon as 1 power fuel and 1 smart carb, really. I'm not so sure if I would count it as a power fuel. Definitely having the protein. Let me see what's in here. Semolina wheat, durum wheat, lentils, lentil flour, pea flour, chickpea flour, barley flour, and spelt flour. So either way, even if you just counted this as, it would be, I guess you would have to count it as 1 power fuel. If you're going to make this for dinner, then you would add another protein to it. That makes more sense to me, because, or you could have 1 ounce, which would be 2 ounces cooked, and just count it as a small carb. That would be something up to your interpretation. But I definitely think that this is a good option if you wanted to make that possible at home. For those of you who are not doing Nutrisystem, or maybe you're not doing the frozen, you're only on basic, you're ordering from Walmart like I did, you definitely could make this. And you could add, I could see adding turkey pepperoni, and you could add, you know, your own cheese, your own sauce, a couple of sliced up olives, if you like the olives, some peppers, or even like the roasted red peppers that I like, because those are in a jar and you don't have to even worry about cooking them or prepping them or anything. I definitely would add onion. I did add minced dry onion into the V8 before I cooked it. But that was a very nice meal. And I just thought that if anybody was interested, this is a good choice for anybody. Even the 2 ounce serving, to just use it as a small carb if you wanted to. I wouldn't count, I don't know. I guess you could count it as a power fuel. I personally would not. I would just leave this be a small carb. But I'm no one to tell anybody what to do. I'm just letting you know what I would do. Another thing that I need to do, the reason being that I have not had any of this yet, I've had this box for quite a while in the cabinet, is because I have to prep it. Now, would I prep the whole box? No, but I could, because I'm only going to eat 2 ounces of it cooked, probably as a small carb. So, but am I going to do that if I don't prep it? Of course I'm not, because I forget about it. But if it's prepped in the freezer, even if you're doing whole wheat macaroni, if you prep it, bag it and freeze it, you can just pull it out the way you pull out anything else that you're going to eat. 1, 2, 3, throw it in hot water, you're good to go. So, or let it defrost all day in the fridge. It doesn't take all day, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's relatively easy to utilize when you really don't feel like eating bread. I much would rather have the macaroni than the bread, because I think the bread stays in my system for so long, it just feels like sludge. And that makes my weight fluctuate a lot. So the less of that I have, it seems to be better for me. Now, having today the Wasa crackers, I really enjoyed those. I also have the rye ones, which are 240 calories. But even if I decided to put half a small carb of an apple, fresh apple, into the salad, and I had 1 Wasa cracker instead of 2, I think it would have been very satisfying. I do. Having the whole apple in there, it was delicious, but it didn't hold me in the way it didn't hold the fullness in me in the way it was when I had the Wasa cracker. I can't explain it to you. But that lunch was delicious. I enjoyed it immensely. And I'm looking forward to having it again. And my breakfast bar, I know you're probably sick of me with these bars. I apologize up front, especially now with the summer. For me, those things are the difference of if I'm going to eat right or I'm not going to eat right sometimes. And I personally can use the extra protein in my diet because of my blood issue with the low protein. Anyway, but I just enjoy them. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm doing it for my blood. I enjoy those bars. I find them very convenient. And again, having lap bands, if you have to get food in, it's much easier to get a bar in with a cup of coffee than it is to get a whole bowl of food. You know? But bottom line, I really just like them. And I think that was it for the food. Oh, I wanted to point out, excuse me, I have to move this so I could show you this again, even though it's backwards. If anybody who is not in the Facebook group desires a copy of this, please email me, Mrs. Roedee, Mrs. Roedee, one word, @gmail.com. My social media information is in the description box of this video. I will be very happy to send you this in an attachment, and you can print it. If you're not in the group, I don't want anybody to miss out, because I don't know where Vicki even found this. I think it was from a very long time ago. And I think if you have a copy of this in your purse or your wallet, when you shop, especially if you're new, it will be a very easy way to know, especially when you're doing flex meals, if you're in the right direction when you're looking at the nutrition facts of a food, because it's all listed here. The only thing that's not listed, and I made note of it in the post last night, is the saturated fat, which to my knowledge should not be more than 4.5 grams, 4.5 being the top end, obviously. Where fat is concerned, if we're not in the top end, we're always going to be better for it. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't have it. I'm just saying, as an aside, that's just my personal view. So on that note, I would thank you all very much once again for watching my video. If you've made it this far, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, that would be great too. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you did. I appreciate all of you very much. I wish you all well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.